Question for my homie L Train, fellow meathead mathematician. Which is better, front squats or safety bar squats, aka SSB squats? And some big benchers say the OHP does nothing to increase your bench. Do I agree? Okay, these two questions are in one video, and both both answers are a matter of perspective and what works for you. These are my answers. Safety bar squats and SSB squats. I personally like front squats when it comes to building the core, building the technique, building the quads, staying upright, which translate to the form when it comes to squatting. I like front squats better, but safety squat bar squats, you can also improve your squats too, especially if you have injuries where you can't really, especially with sore shoulders or any sort of injury in the upper body girdle. You could just hold the handles and it's easier to squat that way. So you do them both. And you could also improve your squat with a safety bar squat. So I like front squats for technique, especially if you're a high bar squatter. Low bar squatter, it has its benefits to even out some imbalances and work the core and build up technique. Safety bar squats good for injuries where you can still get your squat up in the upper body. And either way, even if you're not injured, you could get your squat up. So I like both. There's a time for both. And the OHP matter. Uh, if it doesn't work for the big benchers, it doesn't work for the big benchers. Most people say you just need to bench more to bench, and that's mostly the truth. OHP does have its place. OHP, you could just get it for more shoulder health. Or who doesn't want bigger shoulders? Bigger shoulders will eventually lead to a bigger bench. It helps with the shoulder health, so you don't get less shoulder injuries. And the less shoulder injuries means the longer time you're going to bench heavy weights. And as far as what OHP translates to the bench press, in my experience more, is the seated OHP. Do the seated OHP in the grip you bench press. You're going to have a little more carryover and treat it like the second bench day. And I think bench has more carryover to OHP than OHP does to bench press. I mean, some kind of don't have much carryover to each other. But, I mean, there are big benchers that have small OHPs and big OHPers that have small bench pressers. But eventually, if you OHP a lot of weights and go to the bench press, your bench will be pretty big. If you bench a lot of weights in OHP, and once you get train OHP, your OHP will be pretty big. So it goes hand in hand. But the best way to get a big bench, some would say to bench more, but OHP has its place for shoulder health, not injuring your shoulders. And if you want to OHP in the best way to improve your bench, you have to OHP in the same grip you bench press. And it's best to do it seated. So, and I mean with a barbell. It's best to do it seated. So, you can use leg drive the same way. And dumbbell and standing are good too because it builds the muscle. If you build the muscle and build your shoulder health, you'll have less injuries. Those are my 2 cents for each of them. And front squats and safety bar squats have its place. Safety bar squats, your squat will improve. Front squat, if you don't have access to a safety bar, then you're fine with just front squats.